with Hug Longer Digital Designs, and today I'm going to show you how to add a name to an existing project. Particularly, we're going to talk about adding one to an In the Hoop project. That way, I can share with you not only how to add the name or monogram, but also how to move it up in sequence of order so that if it's in the Hoop project, for example, it's in the right place. So let's explore that by using Embrilliance Essentials. I will include my affiliate link in the notes in case you want to check out Embrilliance as well. It is a great program. So here I've brought up one of my designs. It's an In the Hoop baby bib. It's done in an 8 by 10 hoop. Now you can see that it does have some quilting lines, but it does not have any names or wording inside of it. So let's change that. Let's go ahead and add something. And you might be working on your Christmas projects right now. The nice thing about this bib is you can just make it with Christmas material or Christmas colors, and it's a Christmas bib. You can make it with Halloween material. It's a Halloween bib. You can make it with baby girl material. It's a baby girl bib. You can just change this up and make something for every season. I did find that this bib works from ages 0, which I wouldn't suggest leaving a bib on a baby too much when they're so young, but from ages 0 to, it fit my grandson still at a year old, but it was very short on him at that point. So the neck is plenty wide enough for a baby, and you can use it for a long time. But again, let's explore the lettering. On Embrilliance Essentials, toward the top, at the top, right past the middle, there's something, a letter A, and it's called, if you highlight on it, it says Create a Lettering Design. So let's click on that. Now, if you notice to the right-hand side at the bottom, you're going to see a box. And in this box, you're going to see in the very top, there is multiple line text. There is single line text and there is circular text. We're going to look at all of them. Let's start with a multiple. And let's go ahead and go into the text box. You can highlight and delete what's in there. And then let's write Merry, let's not keep it all capitals, Merry Christmas. Great. Now, nothing happens yet, right? But then you want to hit over here on the Set button to the right-hand side of the text box. And there you have Merry Christmas. We can bring this down. I like to bring it down with the arrow keys. You can grab it and bring it down as well, but I just find this is easier for me. So let's put it right there. Maybe we'll make it even a little bit bigger. Great. So there we have our text, Merry Christmas. Now with this In the Hoop bib, you do the placement, tack down, quilting, then you add the back of the bib to the top, and then the lettering. Now that wouldn't work because you couldn't flip the bib right side out. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on the lettering, and we can just grab it by pushing it down on your mouse key and move it up. So now you have your placement, tack down, quilting, lettering, and then you add the back of the bib. So it's quite easy to change that order as well in Embrilliance Essentials. Suppose that you thought, oh, you know what, I want to add an exclamation mark. What am I thinking? And you just go back into your text box, add it, hit set again, and there you have it. Maybe you don't like the font after you put it in there. Or maybe you're making 2 bibs and you want, for different babies, and you want different fonts. So you made one, now you go in here and let's find another font. Maybe one that's just a little different to make it more fun. There we go. There's a Merry Christmas like this as well. So even after you put your lettering, even if you spelled it wrong and you have to go in here and highlight the area that's spelled wrong, get rid of it, and put the letter back in there, you hit set again and it changes. So it's quite easy to maneuver. Also, I have it set on center because I wanted the word center. But if you wanted them all to the left, I think it looks funny, you could do it that way. If you wanted them all to the right, you could do that way as well. Then underneath where it says left, center, right, you're going to see slant. You could slant your letters this way or that way. And that's kind of fun too, just makes them a little different. Spacing, you could make the letters further apart or closer together. The word spacing, you could make that further apart or closer together as well. You're not going to see that in here because the words are not next to each other, they're on top of each other. So that is why you're not seeing that. The line space you will see though. You can make that further apart or closer together. So there's so much that you can do even after you've created your lettering. We're going to go ahead and get rid of this lettering. Then we're going to start some new lettering. We're going to start it straight across. We can keep the same font or we can change that. Again, we're going into the text box. It looks a little different because it's just one line. And let's write John Levi. Maybe you have a baby that's born, his name is John Levi. Let's move that down where we want it. Let's make it a little smaller as well. To make it smaller, you're just going to move your cursor to one of the corners. I hold the shift button so it does the height and the width at the same time evenly, and it keeps it in the same spot. And there we have it made a little smaller. Now what I wanted to show you here with the name is that you can change the style of the name as well. You can go vertical here. That's not going to work for that bib, but that might work for other projects. These are more for monogram, the square left and the square right, so that's going to only take 3 letters and do that kind of thing for a monogram. The oval also can be used for a monogram as well, but it can also just be used for a fun way to add a font that's just a little bit different. Every time you want to change something on your font, just go up where it's located in the properties box and highlight on it. Then you can come on back down and change it to many different formats. I like the ascending. That's kind of cool. But that's how you're going to add your lettering when you're doing multiple lines or straight across. And let's explore one more thing, the circular font. So if we go into the circular font, and again in the text box you put your word and you want to hit enter afterwards. If you had already added the text and are changing over to that, put your cursor in that text box and hit enter. Now it's going to automatically put it toward a top here. If you wanted it to be on a bottom, maybe you're making just an applique and you want to have the name underneath the applique in more of a circular position. Now, you might like this radius right here. It might be perfect for what you're doing. Lettering looks a little close to me, so what I would do is I would take, and remember underneath where the font is, you have different slant space, word space, line space, different sliding scales. I would take the space one, and I think I would make it a little further apart. Looks a little more clear. And I have the radius. I like that radius, but maybe we want the radius to be tighter or looser. And you can do that too. There's a sliding scale for the radius as well. And again, remember, when you are done with your font, with your lettering, make sure it's in the right position in your bib. Make sure that if you're in the hoop project, that you have that aligned so that it's not going to wreck something out of order. And also, you might want to considering the coloring. Make sure it's in the right order. If you're making it the same color as something else, even if it's not in the hoop project, so that you're not changing threads back and forth more than you need to. I hope that helped, and I hope you have a great time working on your Christmas projects. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.